know a lot of people think I was in rehab or pregnant or in a mental institution. Some people thought I died. No, none of that. Okay. Hey, what the fuck is that? Bro, that's literally the people above us who don't know how to walk quietly. Hey, I'm back. I don't know how to start this. I hope this lighting looks good. I know the background is rough, but I just wanted to sit in a comfortable place that I could talk for a while. In other videos, it'll look better. I've been trying to film this video for so long. I just feel like this video, for some reason, I feel more pressure with it because it's my first video back. And I haven't posted in, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months. I'll correct it here. And that is so wild to me because it does not feel that long at all. And it just, whew, I have so much to say in this video. I have notes and notes and notes. And if it were any other video, I would be like, I love you, I miss you. Like, I'm so excited to get back to filming. The main reason I'm becoming active again, I'll get into this more later, because I love you guys and I want to make a good impact on your lives if I can. You know, on anyone's life, I want to make a good impact. And that's why I feel like I could not give up my platform and just do some other whatever, because I want to make a difference. I want to help people. That's the only thing that's ever really given me life force, is helping people and being with the people I love. You know, I have a platform and I'm gonna use it. I'm just so excited to get back that I just want to get this video not over with, but like there's so much nitty gritty, like need to look here. Hi, it's been a minute. What's up? You know, I already have 7 videos that I'm editing and I've already filmed and stuff. I moved to LA, if you guys didn't know. A lot of you thought I already lived here, but I never lived in LA, only with my ex, and we'll talk about that. Oh, jeez. What's in my eye? So I'm editing and there's a couple things I just want to say. Yeah, I'm also really kind of like revved up in this video. When I'm talking about stuff like this, I get really passionate, so I'm a little like, you know, there's a lot going on in this video, but it's everything that I want you guys to know. But anyway, so I'm going to be talking about first why I haven't posted, and then also what's been going on for the past couple of years. I've just been really private about everything, and I'm happy I was, because I had to be private to figure everything out without outer opinions. So I'm going to talk about what I want to do with my channel, how I want to like move it forward, and then I'm also going to be talking about the actual situations, like, you know, with people the past couple of years that have really changed me and morphed me into the person I am, because I realized going through shit is what makes you stronger. Like, now I know this knowledge and I know how to grow from this, that like it makes me a better bitch every time, okay? I was just so sick of being in my sad little pity party all the time. Like, life sucks, like why am I Life is what you make it. It's, our minds are so powerful, we just don't really know how to tap into them. I've just been watching a lot of videos. Yes Theory is one of my favorite channels. Aaron Dowdy, I don't say his last name wrong, Aaron something. I'll put little screenshots of their channels right here, and I'll put the links down below. And I think that's what inspired me to get back into YouTube. I realized, you know, beauty and fashion was a big thing of mine. I don't know, I was too focused on the outer, and now I'm like, okay, wait, like there's a lot in here. I know myself at the end of the day, and I think that's the best feeling, that nobody can kind of rock your shit. Yeah, I feel like it's taken me so long to realize like what I want to say and put all my thoughts into words. I felt like there's always something going on in my life recently, or no, truly for the past couple of years, and honestly, like now is the time that everything's calmed down. And I've said this multiple times on my YouTube channel, or you know, at least once or maybe twice, and, you know, I'm back and I'm better and and like that's why I wanted to take a break. I didn't know how long that break needed to be, but it ended up being this long, and it's the longest I've ever, I think, stayed away from YouTube. Oh, air. Now is not the time. AC, this is not the motherfucking time. I needed this break because I was so focused on the fact that, like, when I was doing YouTube, that I needed to be this perfect person. I needed to be what you guys wanted me to be. I needed to be with my parents and my friends and what everyone wanted me to be. Also, it wasn't just like pleasing people. It was, I feel like, the fear of like not being liked and disappointing people. If someone wanted something from me, I felt like I had to do that and I had to give it to them, even if it's like something I wouldn't necessarily do. I was just so afraid of people not liking me. Yeah, if someone didn't like me, it would like break my soul. I would go out of my way to make sure everybody got what they wanted from me. I just hated like confrontation. I would avoid it by getting walked all over, honestly. But yeah, that's something I also wanted to add, not just pleasing people. So there you go. I truly lost myself, and it's so weird to like think about it, because like I know who I am now. I just know myself so well that nobody could tell me otherwise right now. If like someone's gonna leave a hate comment, that's so dope, that's your opinion of me. That's because I care so much. That's my biggest thing. I care too much. I don't know why, I just fucking do. I've learned to care less about things that aren't as important, like how you look and how people perceive you. If you're not happy with yourself, then change yourself. But if you're happy with yourself, then like, you know, what's someone gonna tell you? Like, I don't know. I was in such a dark place that like I would literally not know how I would talk. When I started a YouTube video, I'd go, hey guys, it's Mel, like, and I would snap into that because that's what I was used to. Like Billie Eilish did an interview the other day and said that she feels like she's a parody of herself now because she has to like keep up this image, and I kind of felt like I was a parody of Mel Joy. I wasn't actually me, but like I was Mel Joy. That's when I realized it was toxic in a way for me, and probably for you guys, because you could see probably through that, and like that I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. When I started YouTube, I loved it so much, and I was pretty genuine with YouTube, you know, when I first started. But once I started getting more followers and more this, like for me that was more pressure. I was like, oh my god, there's more people to please. I went through a lot of shit when I was active on YouTube, and that didn't help. I wasn't in a good mindset to be going through those toxic situations. So I feel like I literally went through the lowest point of my life, and I had to bounce back. I had just a realization, like my dad's book, which is called Don't Kill Yourself, ... Yet. It's all about anxiety and depression, you know. He's always been my mentor when it comes to that stuff because we think so alike, and I'm so blessed to have him in my life. I don't know, you know, what I would do without him. If I didn't have that knowledge growing up, I know that I would have just been in that dark place probably a lot longer. And that's why I want to be here to give you guys that advice, because I've learned so much and I know how to get kind of out of that dark place. When you dissect it and you whatever, like there's a lot of steps that I took to becoming what me and my dad say is unfuckwithable. When you're unfuckwithable, nobody can fuck with you. And you can still care and you can still be a nice person. You don't have to be a bitch to be unfuckwithable. It's just where you carry your energy and where you put that caring. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to put that caring into something toxic or into something that's draining your energy, because it's not worth it. My brain is just going everywhere right now because I have so much I want to tell you guys. Oh my god. I kind of look back and I'm like, Mel, like what were you doing? Like, are you good? I was so vulnerable, so sensitive, from caring so much and from wanting to be this person that people wanted me to be that truly didn't really even exist. It was an unachievable goal. You know, like I thought that that would guarantee me happiness. I had to be happy with myself first, and I wasn't. And that's why, oh, how many times did Mel change her hair? How many times did Mel change her style? Because I was trying to find myself. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna like dye my hair this color. I'm gonna dye my hair this color. For like 2 years, just the amount of phases I had, I've kind of been, I feel like, the same style and the same like just letting my hair grow out. I just was so nitpicky with myself because I didn't know who I was. I'm beyond grateful that I went through that at a young age, because now I can, you know, take that information and use it later on and not have probably, hopefully, as many midlife crises as I would have had, because I've had so many when I was young. And, you know, I had a house, I had a car, I had all these things that kids my age usually don't have. I was literally just living this lifestyle that it's like, I had all this money and I had all these objects and all these possessions, but that didn't equal me any happiness at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? I could still be going to bed crying or still be crying in my Range Rover. It didn't matter. I really messed up with all that because I thought if I wasn't happy, you know, I could get a car and then I'll feel happy. No, you'll feel happy for like that first, you know, week or month or whatever. And then it gets to become part of your routine, and then it's just your life, and it's not really special anymore because you're used to it. And that's why I kept trying to find things, whatever, like. So also really quickly, I feel like I didn't understand the value of money because I never had that much at once. So Mel just kind of went crazy, and I feel like if I actually spent it on things like traveling and things that would actually help my life force, it would have been a different scenario. But I was living in this like surface level mindset that I couldn't even think of doing that stuff. Yeah, so I've learned now. Money, actually like using it for experiences, you know, and not just objects, is actually amazing. You live and you learn, right? And I realized I had to step back, not post on social media because the pressure was too much for me. It's just my brain, and I think a lot of social media people don't take time off and it really gets to their head. I know a lot of friends that go through anxiety and depression. I always preach to them to take a break, but people are afraid of losing the followers and the engagement and the sponsors, and they're afraid of losing that. But for me, it just wasn't worth it having all these objects, all these things, and then not feeling any like joy at the end of the day from them. It was so dark, and that's when I was like, holy shit, I get why people have midlife crises, because you work to get to this certain point in life where you have money and you have a car and you can, you know, pay for your family and whatever, and then you're like, what now? Like, And it's, for me, like, my passion was always YouTube. My passion has always been editing and filmmaking. I took 2 Stanford courses in 8th grade because that's how much I fucking cared about editing and, you know, filmmaking, and that's why I can edit and film and stuff. I don't know, when it became a job, it was hard when I got all that extra pressure. If I don't do it, I can't do this. It was like I had to. And for me, I'm a stubborn ass bitch, and I'm something I'm still working on. Working was always something I didn't really like doing. Like, my sister's over here going to Duke, and I'm like, college, right? Like, I mean, I was a great student because I had to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this shit because I have to. Anyways, I'm ranting. Honestly, I said, fuck the money, fuck everything. So many people focus on these things, you know, and luckily I saved up enough money that I haven't worked. I put myself in that position, luckily, that I could do that. I'm so blessed for that. But I knew that I needed to take the time where I don't make money off YouTube, and it's not a job, it's not a have to, for me to get the love and the passion back, because that's when I was making an impact. When I felt this, you know, flutter in my heart every time I posted a video, and not this anxiety of posting a video, you know, really, it quickly went from like all this excitement to anxiety. And that's when I was like, okay, this is not good, because I deal with mental health immensely. Oh my god, sorry guys, hold up. Oh my god, that was like so satisfying though. Anxiety took over my life at one point. I wasn't helping myself, and I realized you can't help anybody else if you don't know how to help yourself. I forgot how to actually help people. I'm great at helping people, I know that. But when I focused on this and this and this, it was like Mel kind of diminished. My conscience was just so pressed down because I just wanted to, I don't know, bro. I already have a good amount of footage, and I haven't even read the notes. This video is probably gonna be long. I don't care about the views anymore. I don't care about the comments. Would love to hear great feedback from you guys, of course, because I love you guys, but if you don't like me, it's okay. You know, I can't make somebody like me, and I've realized that. I'm getting a little passionate talking about this, whew. And I forgot that, you know, I'm my own best friend. It's the best feeling to be in that position when I have been so low before, and that's why, like, I finally feel like I can come back to YouTube, and it's not gonna be on some like, guys, I'm back, and I mean it this time, because the other times I said it, I look back and I'm like, girl, you a cat for that. You know, talking to you guys is one of the best feelings I've ever fucking felt in my life. So I know I had to hold on to that, and I couldn't just give that up, and I was ready to just go back home, just go to college. I was just in this place, like, I was ready to give up, go home, whatever. And in Vegas, I was looking online for apartments in the Bay. My friend Griffin texted me and said, hey, like, do you want to join this content creator house? And I was like, this is weird. Like, this is weird timing, that I was like debating whether or not to like continue as a social media person, or like to just go back home and, you know, like go to college and whatever. When she texted me, like, I kind of took that as like a sign on like that I should keep going, you know, like give it another shot and not just like give up. So yeah, that was how I interpreted that. So that's why I decided to move to LA. Well, I'm gonna be talking about mental health a lot on my channel, so if you don't like mental health, might as well unsubscribe right now. Every social media kid, in my opinion, who has a platform should be using it for some sort of greater good, because the world is so fucked up. It's just so incredibly fucked up right now that it's like, if you're not gonna be helping, why are you given a platform? Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna be talking a lot about mental health. Welcome to living in LA. Get the nice little white fucking noise. Also, this is a wide angle, so my hand probably looks so big when I do that. I can still do beauty and fashion if you guys want. I also, please let me know down below what you guys want. Anyways, what I was saying, like, I feel like beauty and fashion was like, it's a passion of mine. I love fashion so much. I've always loved creating that stuff and putting it together. So that was like amazing, doing videos on fashion and beauty and stuff. I did lifestyle and health and mental health. I've cried on camera. I showed you that. I don't cry that much anymore because it's really hard for me, I feel like, to get my shit really, really rocked. I could cry like 10 times a day a couple years ago. Now it's gonna be real hard. I'll probably want to have a debate with you before I cry about you. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this. We're just gonna start. I don't know what the fuck. I hope this makes sense. I'll probably like have clips of me editing being like, okay, correction. Because there's so much I want to say, and that's why I've been putting off filming this video, because I don't want to do it wrong. And I'm a perfectionist. Still working on that. We've made progress there too. Oh yeah, I found myself. We've been known that. That's a no. And I'm not gonna sit on camera and try to be somebody. I'm not gonna do content that I think isn't me. You know, I love the person I am now. I love where my head is at now, but I would love to even grow more and become wiser and have more knowledge. And that's why I love watching, you know, videos about psychology and things, because I'm really passionate about that, and I want to know why brains work the way they work and why people are the way they are. And I'm not saying that like I'm perfect and I'm the best that I could ever be. Like, obviously I'm gonna change. Right now I'm in a great spot, so I want to get that across too, that it's not like I'm at the best place I could ever be. Like, I think there's always something higher that we could reach for, you know, a higher consciousness and mindset. Yeah, a lot of these notes I already talked about. They were just sitting in my brain. Yeah, I just realized I just had to learn to be present and appreciate my friends and family, and feel their love, and just have that kind of normal-ish life. And it sounds weird, but like living on social media is so much pressure. And I just had to take that time to really appreciate what I had and stuff, and live just like a high schooler, because I really didn't have the normal high school experience. Do whatever and not always have to put business first, because a lot of kids my age didn't even have a business to be working on, you know, and I was like, well, I want to kind of live that life a little bit. Okay, a big thing for me is intent, not content. I heard that in a video. Who said that? For me, I want it to be my intent. A lot of people think doing these fake videos to get the views and get the money. It's like, for me, that's so surface level based that like, if you have the platform, you have a good intention with what you're doing, then your content will come next. When I first started YouTube, for me, it was intent, not content, and then it quickly turned to content when it became a job. Intent, I'm gonna put it right there. Intent, not content. Any influencers watching this, please think about it. Also, it's midnight. I don't think I said that. I feel like I did a pretty good job explaining why I took the break and how I'm gonna be moving forward with YouTube and stuff. I'm gonna be active also once a week, baby girl. So I want to talk about now, woohoo, girl. This is just the stuff I don't really want to talk about that much, but we're gonna talk about it, okay? Because I want you to know what's been going on with me this whole time that I've had my break. Cause a lot. Even before my break, when I was posting in Vegas, oh god, that's where the shit started. Actually, it started a year before that, when I think came back to YouTube at one point, when I was with my toxic ex. It feels like centuries ago. Let's get into the nitty gritty details of what's been going on, alright? I did a lot of notes on this, because I just don't have to think about it. I don't want my brain to go on that track. Okay, toxic relationship. That's the number one. Oh wait, with YouTube. We already talked about that. Lost love for YouTube. Compared myself, wanted to be like the social media, whatever, bitch. Oh, I already talked about a lot of these. Okay, brain, go off. So after having, you know, that relationship with YouTube already, the toxic relationship, I got into an actual toxic relationship with a boyfriend. I'm not gonna say names in any of these situations, but I'm just gonna be fucking honest too, because people change. You know, my ex is probably not the person he was when I dated him. Who knows? It still happened, so I'm gonna talk about it. Everybody that was close to me got pushed away from me because I wasn't allowed to talk to them. I wasn't allowed to hang out with them. I had a lot of guy friends because girls are a lot of drama for me sometimes. My girlfriends are like my sisters, you feel me? Because, you know, I've had a lot of groups of girls that kind of end up turning on you and kind of like being like a little two-faced. But yeah, so I lost a lot of my friends. It was my first actual like titled relationship that we like lived together. It was completely rushed into. I admit that completely. It was just like really rushed. You know, we moved in with each other probably within the first month or two. We didn't have that time where like we could go home and then meet up. Like it'd be like, it was always 100% or nothing. Like we didn't have each other or we were always with each other. Anyways, which I think is really not good when you first start a relationship. I never had something like that. Like it was definitely like the honeymoon stage. He got me a promise ring. We were only together for a total of like 8 months maybe. But we were really in it. We were like, we're gonna get married. This is it type shit. I look back on that and I'm like, I think there was love there completely. It was just a lot of, I don't know, it was a lot of toxicness. I never really had anybody care for me that much or like show that much and always tell me how much they cared about me. So when I was with him, I was like, wow, he's in love with me. Like, oh my god, he was always constantly reminding me. I don't know, it was toxic, but it made me feel loved and enough and whatever. And I was just like, because Mel was in such a vulnerable place that when she was given that, I like clung on to that even though it was actually hurting me at the end of the day. And I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person so often. Probably because it's like, you know, younger me, but still, just ignore that. I know that we're in different spots now. Like, go him, go me. It made me grow into a much stronger person. Everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't have taken that back because I learned so much, and the love that we had for each other at the time was actually really beautiful, but we just didn't know how to do it right, and that's okay. That's why people get in multiple relationships. I was on antidepressants. I was on Lexapro, and that fucked me up. This is another note, by the way. I kind of just like went right into it, but yeah, It just did not look clean in the editing, so I had to just say that. Okay, bye. I was prescribed Lexapro for anxiety, my friend was prescribed Lexapro for OCD, and my other friend was prescribed Lexapro for depression. And I was like, how are you gonna give us the same drug and it's gonna fix all of our problems? And it's because it just numbs you. For me, that numbed a lot of my caring, and I already didn't care about myself a lot, but for some reason I still cared a lot about other people. But it just numbed me to this point that I was just like, you know, when something bad would happen, I would just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here and be sad. I know a lot of people think I was in rehab or pregnant or in a mental institution. None of that, guys, nothing crazy like that. I just kind of needed like a little like a spiritual awakening. It's truly what happened, kind of, I feel like. It was all mental health based. So no weird shit went on like behind the scenes. I'm not hiding anything fucking crazy from you guys. So Lexapro, that was not good. I stopped it cold turkey twice. My ex influenced me to stop. So I stopped cold turkey there. Then when we broke up, got back on them for a while, and then I just hated how they made me feel again, so I stopped cold turkey again. I didn't really feel anything, and then 2 months later, all of a sudden all these side effects started hitting me, just like weird up and downs and stuff, and that's when I lived in Vegas. We're getting to that real quick. I went through some shit with my best friend of 4 years. I don't want to talk about that necessarily because I just want to be straight up. I feel like a lot of people in my hometown will connect the dots, and that's just, I don't want to get into that. So we're just going to continue. I moved to Vegas. You guys know this. I've talked about this in one of my last update videos. If not, I'll link it down below. I was also a bit heavier. I talk about my weight gain. I gained a lot of weight in Vegas and post breakup and whatever. This video is so long, I need to like wrap it up. Yeah, so I moved to Vegas with some of my friends after my Bay house, and this was after my breakup with my ex, so I was in kind of a really vulnerable state. So I went to like my friends, and they were influencer friends, so I thought it would be good for us to like make content together and, you know, whatever, like me focus on my passion. And no, that was the worst thing I could have. I signed this lease, and this other guy was supposed to be on the lease as well, an influencer. After his shit went down, I found the lease in his room unsigned, and I don't want to get into that, but he was supposed to sign it, and I gave him my trust to sign it. Pretty much I moved there with like 5 people, I think, and then it turned into 7, because one of the dudes there who I had a thing with, actually, fucking A, don't ever have a thing with your roommate. His brother and his brother's girlfriend came and lived with us, so there was like 7 people, and it was yeah, it was like 6 bedrooms. I mean, maybe offices, but we turned them into bedrooms. And then the betrayal of friends happened. After 3 months of living there, I walked downstairs. I see 2 rooms empty. 2 of the closest friends that I had known for like maybe 3 years at that point, 4 years, who knows. They just ended up leaving one day, literally with no warning. They told me that they were gonna go on a vacation for 2 weeks, and that's why they were shipping their cars and stuff. And I'm like, why would you ship your cars if you're going on vacation for 2 weeks? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, but okay, like, be extra if that's what you're on. But no, they were plotting to leave and just didn't tell me the whole time. And these were the people that I originally moved there with. So I was like getting left by the people who literally told me a million times they would never do this to me. A million times, we're never gonna leave you, we're never gonna leave you. Like, don't worry, because I've been fucked over before. In the Bay, I had a 4-bedroom house, three-bedroom house, and I took in like 3 or 4 of my guy friends, and that turned into mayhem. So I was like, you guys have to promise me that like this is not gonna be, I mean, I had great memories at that house, don't get me wrong. It was senior year, I was with my friends, great times, but really quickly it became a trap house, and really quickly everybody knew my address, and I would leave for a couple weeks to go stay with, you know, my boyfriend, ex now, in LA, and I'd come back to the walls being chewed on. I would come home to just shit that wouldn't make me happy. Just say that. You know. Drug dealers knew my address. People who wanted to buy drugs knew my address. The cops were called, and there was a fight on the street, and this all happened when I wasn't even there, and I was in LA, so so when I went to Vegas, I was like, you guys have to reassure me, like, nothing fucked up is gonna happen. That was bullshit. They fucking lied. They ended up leaving 3 months in. The lease was 13 months. I ended up having to take in people, and I talked about this, I think, in my update video, or did I not? No, I didn't. That was a video that I put out to people, and I was like, hey, if you want to move in with me, let me know, because I literally put on YouTube like, come move in with me. I love that I did that though. Anyways, I'm gonna try to like do this really quick. So they left, and then everybody else ended up leaving, you know, throughout the next couple of months, probably at 5 months, or yeah, everybody was gone. Like everybody who was there with me, the first 7 people, all gone. And then I ended up taking in 9 people after that. I think I had 16 roommates total, yeah, just in Vegas for that year. So I put on my YouTube, you know, I'm starting a content creator house, like fill out the survey. It's really hard because a lot of the girls coming in didn't get along. We had a group of, there was like 4 girls at one point. We would sit down and talk about our feelings, and I would be like, how can we make this work? And it was really hard to focus on content and do anything when there was always shit going on in the house. I had 2 of my guy friends come from the Bay at one point. They were kind of just being whatever, not really doing anything. People still owe me at least in rent from that house, just the people I took in after that. And it was never actually subscribers. They all paid. Y'all real ones, just saying. I need to wrap up this video. My brain's getting fucking fried talking about this for so long. But anyways, so yeah, I got fucked over by mostly friends, money-wise. I was paying majority of rent. If I didn't have roommates there to pay rent, I was paying it. A lot of my friends owe me a lot of money. My parents like to say Melfare. Welfare, you know, Melfare? We don't do that no more. Melfare is out of business. No more. Okay, and then I went to the YFK house. Haven't really talked about this. I went to a content creator house, lasted 3 weeks. The people there fucked us over, ended up taking $5,000 from each of the girls. It was fucked up. Welcome to the business. You gotta be really careful who you trust here. A lot of people don't have your best interest at hand. It was 3 dudes running 6 girls in a content house, and we really got our shit fucked. So we all ended up leaving. You know, I left within 3 weeks. They were all kind of new to social media, so I had to tell them, like, this is fucked. This other girl who's been in social media as long as me, we were like, this is all bad. Dude, that's what I look like today.
He's cute as fuck.
Do it.
Just funny. No, I think she's a little scared. No,
Say to sit your ass down.
Oh, you want to fight next?
Oh, calm down. Oh.
Come on in. I got both of you. No, I'll be both y'all. Oh! Got both of them. We got both of them. We got both.
So pretty much, I don't want to like get into all the details with Airbnbs. I thought I would, but I'm just gonna do a little whatever, a little summary. After the YFK house, which was in May, I stayed in 3 Airbnbs. So the first one was one of the girls from the YFK house, just us, in like a 2-bedroom Airbnb. Second Airbnb was her with her 2 friends in like a 4-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house Airbnb. You know, all of us together. These are all, you know, usually like a month. Next Airbnb was me with 2 boys that I met through one of the YFK girls, and I don't want to say names here, just, you know, because whatever. Every single Airbnb I had with them, we had a plan to live together. It'd be like, oh, we're gonna get a house, so I'd look on Zillow, go tour 5 to 10 places, whatever, like for each of these Airbnbs that I was at with these groups of people, and everything fell through because they would always end up doing something else. But I stayed at these Airbnbs, took so much time and effort looking for houses and apartments and whatever for these different groups of people, and I was just so annoyed at that point, getting fucked over by roommates a million times. I've had 32 roommates total, I think, 30, somewhere around there. I'll put the exact number right here. So I just got my own place. I have a 1-bedroom in Glendale in LA now. I've been here since August, and it's now December, so yeah, that has kind of been the update. Funny enough, my camera is about to die. I know this video was a lot, and I probably ranted a lot, and I probably whatever, but hopefully I can edit it into something that makes sense, and you know, I've been talking for literally 2 hours now, but let me know down below any videos that you guys want to see from me. I'm here for good, baby. I mean it this time. I'm excited. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is the most happy I've felt in a very long time, so I'm just really excited to share it with you guys and help you guys with anything you're going through. If you're like set and you're like, fuck everything, I'm great, hopefully you enjoy my content. I love you all more than you know. More than you know. I'm beyond grateful, will always be grateful. I'm gonna get all soft here, but I'm really excited to be back. I'm just like, oh yes! We're gonna run it back. I might change the outro and intro, but I just gotta say this for nostalgia vibes. Deuces.